where I'm from, where's the color of the sun, the scent of the sea. Warm breeze, beautiful moonlight, it's all in my heart. The place where I'm from is a sweet romantic song, a smooth melody. Passion, burning desire is the sound of my heart, the sound of my heart. A worldliness from Venice to sky-high Manhattan. I'm in love with life. I love the cosmic globes around my worldliness. From Sydney to the streets of London, everywhere I go, I have in my core the place where I'm from. The place where I'm from has the life of a crowded cafe, the streets of water. Hang loose, living the good life. It's the beat of my heart, the beat of my heart. A worldliness from Venice to sky-high Manhattan. I'm in love with life. I love the cosmic globes around my worldliness. From Sydney to the streets of London, everywhere I go, I have in my core. And if I feel lost, I close my eyes and then I go back to the place where I'm from, the lovely place where I'm from. Worldliness from Venice to sky-high Manhattan. I'm in love with life. I love the cosmic globes around my worldliness. From Sydney to the streets of London, everywhere I go, I have in my core worldliness. From Venice to sky-high Manhattan, I'm in love with life. I love the cosmic globes around my worldliness. From Sydney to the streets of London, everywhere I go, I have in my core the place where I'm from. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Hello everybody, Chin Chin, this is Giada Valenti here in Las Vegas. How are you doing, guys? 6 minutes delay, so I was late. Still computers issues and stuff like that, but I hope you guys are doing well. I see a lot of people of my circle of love. Welcome all of you that are new, watching for the first time. I am Giada Valenti here in Las Vegas, but I am a singer and a songwriter actually. From Venice, Italy, all sign language for the booth of Italy, and I live in sunny Las Vegas because it looks like sun is always shining. Hello also to our Instagram friends, you guys on YouTube, Patreon, Twitch, and Periscope. Welcome to everybody. I know it's 5 p.m. for you guys in the New York area, the other coast of the United States. It's notte, ore 23 per voi che ci guardate dall'Italia, 22 for you guys in Ireland and England. I always see our dear friends there. I even see some Karen from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, I think it's 5 p.m. Central of the United States is 22, I know. And buongiorno, good morning to all the friends watching. I see Joyce over there watching from Australia. Good morning to you guys. You guys are already in the future. It's already tomorrow for you. So how is tomorrow, Janice? You have to let me know how is tomorrow for us. What, JJ? Oh, and JJ is reminding me that my dishwasher, which is down here, it's on. So I switch it off. Otherwise, it makes noise that you guys can hear. So, guys, today it's Saturday. And what do we do on Saturday? We always cook. We cook delicious recipe. Guys, let me switch off completely my dishwasher. Here we go. We always cook delicious recipe, Italian recipe, of course, because I am Italian. This one of today actually is going to be like a Mediterranean recipe because it has some ingredients that you find all over Italy, but also in Greece and the coast of Yugoslavia because, you know, it's the Mediterranean kind of things. And you find it even deeper in Calabria and Puglia. I think you can find the ingredients for this pasta all over in Italy. So we make it normally in the summer in my family. There it is. It's the summertime pasta with tomatoes and feta, pasta estiva con pomodorini and feta. It's very low in calorie, which is very good because I know we all always have some pounds, some kilos that we want to lose. And so it's low in calorie. It's good for vegetarian people because there is no meat whatsoever, no fish, no nothing because all the ingredients are very friendly for also the people that are vegetarian. And what else? And it's delicious. That's the most important things. So if you are on a low carbs or no carbs diet, you still can make this pasta. I do it often. You switch the pasta with quinoa pasta, or there is a lot of pasta that are made with beans. So they don't have carbs whatsoever. Beans are proteins. And what I discovered because I tried them all, I don't really like the spaghetti made of quinoa or of other kind of things, like I said, the beans. But the short pasta somehow has like a bite to it. The pasta stays kind of hard. So this recipe, you can make it because it required short pasta. So, but without going to the recipe first, we have to make what I was drinking. That, by the way, Zip It, which is delicious. Remember, last Thursday we did the episode, for you that are new, we did the Giada Live for 100 days starting March 18, every day. We went all every day. Then after 100 episodes, I needed a break. I was going cuckoo banana. So now we go on 3 times a week, which are Tuesday, when I have a famous interview with celebrity friends. On Thursday, which was last episode, we go on together with the friends of Italian living and we celebrate Italian culture and lifestyle and we travel often to Italy. Last Thursday, I took you to the seas of Italy. We tour in 5 minutes the whole booth of Italy, all the seas of Italy. And then on Saturday, which is today, we cook. And on Sunday, because I am a singer and a songwriter, you were missing my singing. We couldn't sing on the social media. So I do my Sunday love songs on my Patreon page. Many of you have already joined me there. So I know you're all excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Love Song Sunday. And tomorrow, actually, for the one of you I call the people on the Patreon my team awesome. For the guys of the team awesome and the circle of love, because you guys are all intertwined one with the other, tomorrow we're also going to be celebrating somebody that I think is watching. He had 43 years of wedding anniversary yesterday together with Susie. Doug and Susie have been married for 43 years. He's a dear friend of mine from Sacramento, and I mentioned Doug also because Doug for 4 months has been the editor-in-chief of all the birthday and events that we've been doing every episode. So it was an incredible help. Of course, next week is going to be the last week that Doug can help me because he has to homeschool his kids. He has 3 grandkids and they need homeschooling, so Doug has to do that, so he cannot do all this research for me. So wish me luck. I will be doing the birthday and event by myself. But of course, Doug said, I'm here. If you need some help here and there, I can do it. And of course, I'm trying to have Doug putting his Skype on so we can have him appearing for a few minutes so he can say hello to all of us and we can all applaud him and thank him. But tomorrow we're going to celebrate Doug and Susie with a special song on Patreon Love Songs. What happened today more than that? The recipe we're gonna make in a second. I wanna tell you in a second, my guest of Tuesdays, you're gonna love her. I met her several times. She's an amazing, amazing lady, amazing singer, and her name is Darlene Love. We all know her as a singer and of course as an actress. As an actress, she was in two of my favorite movies with Joe Pesci and Mel Gibson. She was on Home Alone, and she was also on Little Weapon, which is funny in there. But of course, she's a very famous singer. She's the godmother of Whitney Houston, lost and gone too soon. And she was the favorite singer of David Letterman. We all know her for every time that David Letterman was celebrating and doing an episode for Christmas, Darlene Love was there and singing the song Baby Come Home for Christmas, I think is the title. And so we will be talking on Tuesday with Darlene Love. Another interesting things about Darlene, you may not say, do I know her? Well, you know her voice because you remember the whole incident with the Phil Spector, which is in jail by now where he belongs. He was using the voice of Darlene for many records without mentioning her there. If you don't know the story, she also has a book she will be talking about. So it's going to be interesting to talk with Darlene Love and their incredible ups and downs of her career. Before we cook, we are going to make the cocktails. So Thursday, there was this problem with the computer. The Apple, if you read on social media, I almost canceled the show. My computer is getting old, my Apple, so I was in contact with the people from the Apple store online because everything is closed. And he said, lady, you're trying to have a geriatric patient, he said, run a marathon. And of course you're going to have all these issues. So, okay, I know, my computer is 5 years old, so apparently it's a geriatric, it's very old. So we could not show the pictures, the cards of, we had all kind of technical problems. One of the problems was I couldn't show you the cards with the cocktails that I wanted to make today. Thursday was lemonade day, so I wanted to do a cocktail with lemonade because it was lemonade day, and some of the Prosecco and the Pinot Grigio that I always have since a couple of months since we do this journey into the planet of wine, learning more about it. So the choices were three. Here I have finally the picture. One was the pineapple Pinot lemonade, was the only one with Pinot Grigio. The other one that you guys did not choose was, the lemonade Prosecco punch was made with Prosecco. Sounds and I think it's delicious too. You guys, I may influence you in the choice. You guys have chosen for, because I said I love pink, you have chosen for this one. The pink lemonade Italian spritz cocktail is the one that got the majority of votes, which made me very happy because look at those colors. It's pink, red, and yellow. What do you want more? So I already made mine, and as I said, it's refreshing and nice. I'm going to make now the one for JJ. So while we are cooking, he can have his chin chin. So here I'm reading. Let me take the ingredients because you know I know nothing about drinking. I don't drink. So we are going to have 4 ounces of Prosecco. I count everything because I don't know. You pour it in a glass. Here are my 4 ounces. Then we are going to need the same thing. Now let me take back this one. 4 ounces of pink lemonade. I found this one with not much sugar, only 6% of sugar at Trader Joe. So let's be precise. 4 ounces is sparkling, ladies and gentlemen. 4 ounces of pink lemonade. Voila. I can move actually this stuff over there. So we're going to have more space for the cooking. Then what do I need? I pour it in my glass. Looks delicious. Then we are going to have reading here a splash of club soda. Of course, I have my San Pellegrino. Here it is. From Italy, just like me. A splash of it. I consider that a splash. How do I know? I think that's a splash. Then what do I need? I need to put a couple of these red berries. Raspberry, I think you call it. I'm going to put 4 for you, JJ. Voila. Then I need to put some ice. Of course, it's a cold drink. Look at that. Looks good, right? And they say to decorate, it's written there, with some lemon. So as I did with mine. And I wonder if at the end I can put the lemon. I love lemon. I'm going to eat my lemon. So it's vitamin C. And we all need the vitamin C because the winter is coming. Hard to believe in Vegas that the winter is coming. But the winter will be coming. In sign language, this is a cocktail that is made with wine. It's made with lemonade. And is made with red berries. And what else? And that's it. And sparkling wine. Oh, this is funny. Look, sparkling wine. This is wine and this is sparkling. What, JJ? Oh, here is the recipe again. So it's prosecco, it's lemonade, it's soda water, it's ice, and a little bit of lemon to garnish. I don't know the sign language for lemon, Diane. Next time you have to teach me that. But you heard the ingredients, so I'm gonna have mine. I'm gonna pass this one to JJ, the cameraman and the director of the episode. Chin chin, JJ. So chin chin to live too. You made it with this delicious prosecco. I talked already about Bosco del Merlo. They're trying to have it for sale all over the United States. So I'm trying to help my friends there. Friends, you know, I was born and raised in the neighborhood where they make that wine and many famous wine. And as I said, if you've been following me, I never drink. So I started to do this journey into the planet of wine because I wanted together with you learn more about wine. And we learn now that Prosecco is made with a specific kind of grapes, which is called Glera, and comes from the region of Prosecco. And JJ is trying to tell me something.
That the dishwasher's still on.
Oh, my dishwasher is still on. I cannot get it to stop. Can you guys hear the boo of the dishwasher? Okay. Anyway, so this is my drink. I keep it here while I'll be cooking for you guys. I will be zip it. And if you making these cocktails, which by the way is very good, take a pictures of yourself. So, chin chin, guys. And let's start cooking this recipe. And of course, at the end of the episode, we are going to be doing also, as always, the birthday and events. That's what's happening today. Oh yeah, first I wanted to show you, every Saturday I start with something fun. This morning for Diane, that she teach me all this sign language for the ingredients every Saturday morning. She appears. She also sent me these beautiful pictures of our Sal that was having breakfast today, drinking with my cups, the Giada cup. So I said, breakfast with Sal and Diane, because actually I feel like I was with you guys over there. So Sal, you look delicious, and that breakfast with is an egg omelette, and JJ, this thing is switched off. JJ, can you guys still hear in my dishwasher because it's off? But anyway, JJ keeps hearing it, so maybe he's hearing different stuff from the other side of the room. So thank you for that pictures, Diane and Sal. And I'm happy that I was having breakfast with you. And by the way, if you want to have the cup, Neil Portnoy at coronavirus, but it's back, it's getting stronger. So Neil, we love you. Keep fighting. He's fighting pneumonia now and 2 blood clots on his lungs. But still, you can order the cups, and it can be delivered and shipped all over the world. And I'm gonna be having coffee with you. Without further ado, ready, guys? We are gonna be cooking this recipe. JJ is today we're gonna be cooking. I like to call it also is a Mediterranean recipe. As I said, even though we call it the summertime pasta with tomatoes and feta cheese. Look at that colors. It's very summery. And as I said, it's one of the few pasta that you can make it also cold. Normally, I don't tend to like a cold pasta, but this one is cold. Actually, if you make extra, you can put it in the refrigerator and you can eat it the day after if you like. But we are gonna make it, and you will notice it's very easy. So you cook your pasta ahead. As I said, try to choose a short pasta and cook it al dente. Look at this one. It's very hard because don't make the pasta too cooked. It's not gonna be good. Sorry, that fell on the floor. So I'm gonna put this one home, and you're gonna see how easy it is to make. So you cook your pasta. You're done with that. You take some olive oil, sign language for olive oil, and you put it in your thing here. Then you take your garlic. I have here a clove of garlic. You peel it. Like that. I love my garlic peelers. Here we go. You throw away the pieces. And here we go. You cut the garlic in little pieces and you put it in. And you let your garlic cook a little bit. You're gonna take it out unless you're really a garlic lover. By the way, this is sign language for garlic. You go, garlic smells a little bit, I don't know. And if you put it in the refrigerator for a couple of days, I don't know. Normally you will see in a second, as soon as it turns a little bit brown, I take it out and I throw it away. If you are a garlic lover, you can keep it. And here's the recipe, and you get the ingredients again to see. As you can see, you need short pasta, very few ingredients. Remember, my grandmother said more than 5 ingredients, not the recipe. This one really has only a few, and it's delicious. It's a cup of cherry tomatoes, some feta, You have some black olives, garlic, olive oil, salt, and Parmesan is optional. So today I actually decided not to have Parmesan because I think it's better not to have it. It's already, and I wanted to keep it light, you know, it's summer, it's a very hot day here in Vegas. So you see my oil is cooking my garlic nicely. In a few seconds, I'm gonna be taking the garlic out. I'm gonna put the fire lower because this stove is very fast. Thank you, Wes and Gina, for this little stove. And you get your cherry tomato. Your cherry tomato. Here they are. Make sure that you buy the good one, and it's very easy. You wash them properly and you start to cut them in little pieces. Here we go. While my garlic is cooking, I cut my tomatoes. It's more the time you're gonna spend cutting these little things, so put some music on or sing Volare while you cut all your vegetable, or you put some on my music that you can find on Spotify. Guys, by the way, many of you are joining me on Spotify because I see the numbers are going up, and I want to thank you for that. So I imagine yourself all at home somewhere in the world cooking or drinking while listening to my music. So while you cut these delicious cherry tomatoes, a cup of them, this is a recipe, is a portion for 2, but you can make it for more people, of course. You just double or single it. I know Janet says she's watching by herself. I see Karen Yanni also watching from Pittsburgh, and Sandy and Randolph Duke, famous designer, is dressing Barbara Streisand and all the divas of Hollywood, but of course he dressed me too. How are you, Sandy and Randolph? They're in Rhode Island. Love you guys. I hope you're making this recipe. It's good for diet. We're holding a diet, right? So Randolph, I don't want to gain weight for when you're going to be dressing me again. So this is a light recipe. So I cut my tomatoes, and I see that my garlic is brown, getting brown. So I take my garlic out of my pan here, trying to keep all the oil inside. Oil is like gold. We don't want to take out the gold. And voila. So the oil is going to have a nice flavor of garlic. And here we're going to, you know what we're going to do. We're going to put inside our tomatoes. Can you hear the noise, guys? Yes. It's roasting a little bit. So here's the point. You can put fresh basil. I don't put salt in this recipe because the feta cheese is kind of salty by itself. So you're not going to see me put salt. But if you want, add some salt. If you're one of those people that really need per se some salt, I don't do. So you let it saute for a little bit. I hire the things. So these are cherry tomatoes. And the next ingredients that we're going to put in a second are black olive, which are black olives. And you do the same thing. You take half of a cup and you cut them in small pieces. Don't do very small pieces because it's nice to have in the pasta a bite of something. Otherwise, it's gonna taste only like feta. So I always bite big chunk of thing. And there's nothing wrong is while you're doing that, you eat an olives as well. They are delicious. And you know, it's quite late for me. It's 2:30, and this is gonna be my lunch. So light and delicious. And let's see if there are some comments. I'll be making this recipe. Looks delicious, Janet is saying. Bob is saying, watching from Las Vegas. Hi, Bob. And what other kind of cheese do you think would go well with this pasta? Karen is asking. You don't care for feta? Well, I use feta, Karen, because it's light in calorie. It doesn't have much calorie. But try to make it, because when it's melted, it doesn't really feel much. Otherwise, I would say you can do it with creme fraiche, with cream. But you know, as soon as you put cream, the calories are going up. And I know you, Karen, are also trying to stay on a strict diet. So try with feta. And I would say if you don't like it, I would say you have to go for cream, because any other cheese, feta, you know, has a particular salty thing. If you try with another kind of salty cheese, and then Karen, you let me know if it's something that you may consider. But I tell you, I'm not really a person that eats feta cheese like that. But in this recipe, because you have the tomatoes, the olives, it all goes together, and the garlic and the olive oil, you almost don't feel at a certain point is feta, because it's going to be like a cream. You're going to see in a second, Karen. So we are making this delicious, like to call Mediterranean pasta, but the official name is, of course, it's a summertime pasta with tomatoes, cheese, and feta, low in calorie, good also for our friends that are vegetarian. I don't know if Patrizia Campana is watching, but she's one of our nice lady of the Circle of Love, and she's vegetarian. She was waiting for something vegetarian. So low in calorie, and you can actually, if you also have low carbs and you don't want to have pasta at all, you can have substitute the pasta with quinoa pasta, which has no carbs, as you know. At this point, you see the tomatoes starts to cook nicely. We are gonna put in the black olives that I just sliced in pieces. And it smells delicious, guys. I always wish you were here with me. And we let us also cook a little bit here in my little kitchen. Here we go. So it's not in the recipe, but if you like, you can put in some oregano. Remember, it's like a Mediterranean thing, so you can put some oregano inside, and it's gonna give kind of a nice kick to it. So you can also put fresh parsley. I put fresh parsley in everything I do, but I will say in this case, I like to put oregano. I throw this away, but actually I need it again because we have to work with the last elements of our recipe. A chunk of feta cheese, which Karen doesn't care much for, normally me neither. You cut it in small pieces. Karen, you will see, it's gonna melt away, it's gonna become like a cream. And if, let's say, if they serve this one in a restaurant, you will not even know it's feta cheese. You're gonna think it's a kind of, I don't know, cream. Maybe you know, Karen, what you can try? You can try ricotta salata. That's something I was just thinking that may be similar in taste. It's a salty ricotta. I think it's called salty ricotta. You can find it also in the United States. I will see. Karen, are you familiar with that one? Try to see. I was just thinking it's the same consistencies of this one. So, and basically in a second the recipe is gonna be ready because as you see, can you see inside my thing? The tomatoes and the olives are nice and cooking in this olive oil with garlic that we just had. And remember, I put in some oregano. And at this point, when this happens, basically you put in your feta, and it's just you put inside your feta, and it's gonna be becoming like a cream, and you put your pasta, and it's ready to eat. So as I said, most of the time is you're just gonna spend is waiting for the pasta to cook and then cutting the ingredients. And once you put them in, you're gonna be basically done. So look at that, guys. You turn it around. You're gonna notice in a second. Let me move out of my thing here. You notice in a second that the feta is gonna be melting and turning into cream, as I promised. So try if you don't like feta, Karen, try with ricotta salata. You find it everywhere. I find it also in New York. So I remember you guys, if you just tune in, we are making this easy and delicious summertime pasta with pomodorini, which is cherry tomatoes, and black olives. It's delicious, light in calories, and you're gonna see I can iron a little bit the thing, and I can zip my cocktail, and we made this delicious cocktail today that is made with Prosecco, lemonade. We're celebrating lemonade, International Lemonade Day, so we made this with Prosecco, lemonade, and a splash of water. It's Giada Valenti here. This is what you're watching today. And we're going to have, actually today in a second, also the birthday. And so many of you, a lot of time, especially now that I start cooking, every time they say, which Giada is? I'm the other Giada. So when I talk about Giada De Laurentiis, I refer to her as the other Giada. When she talks about me, I'm the other Giada. So today is the birthday of the other Giada. You're going to hear it in a second. So we are celebrating in a second birthday and event. So Karen, can you see the feta? It's melting and it's becoming like a cream. Together with the oil, the smell is out of this world, ladies and gentlemen. And it's one of the few recipes, for me maybe the only one, that you can have also cold, with cold pasta. I'm not a big fan of cold pasta. I like cold rice salad. I'm not much into pasta salads or stuff like that. But this one is the only one that is acceptable, because when it turns cold, the feta tends to stay not very creamy, becoming not very hard, but it still is delicious. So it becomes like crunchy, and you can still have it. So here it is. I lower a little bit of fire. You can put it light, and you can push your feta down, and look at this. Can you guys see it? I'm gonna turn it in a second. and I'm gonna pour it in the pasta so it becomes like a cream. Look at this. So the feta is melting completely. The smell is out of this world, and it's very delicate actually. And remember, I didn't put salt in the sauce because the feta is kind of a salty kind of cheese, so no salt for me. And you know, we have to be careful with salt. I don't know if Natalie is watching, but I know, for instance, Natalie can absolutely not have much salt for the high blood pressure. So Natalie, this is a recipe that you can do. So here is my cold pasta. As I said, I made a little bit more than what I will be eating today, because as I said, I can put it in the fridge and I can have it tomorrow. And what basically you're doing at this point, look at this. You're gonna put, I'm gonna even put it on the front of you. You're gonna put your delicious sauce. It smells fantastic, guys. You're gonna put it in. Look at that. And you put all the elements together. This is the moment where, guys, I wish you were here with me. If you try to make this recipe, please send me pictures. I know Janet said she's doing it and she's taking the pictures. It's easy, it's delicious, and vegetarian people can make it, and even people that don't want to have the carbs of the pasta, or for specific diets, they are diabetic, for instance, they can have quinoa pasta, of any kind of other pasta made with beans. As I said before, I normally don't care much for the spaghetti made of quinoa, but I do love the short pasta. For the one of you watching, please keep watching. Oh yeah, I celebrated, by the way. We got 13,000 likes on my Giada Life official page. So thank you all of you that have liked my page. Keep liking the page. Tell all your neighbors, friends and family. Everybody text them. Giada likes Giada's page. And also on YouTube channels. Many of you have been liking my YouTube channel. And I also want to welcome all the people that joined me on my Patreon. This week I got two new ones. I got Len and Linda 8000 from here in Las Vegas. So welcome to Len and Linda. I don't know if they're also watching. And who else did we got new, JJ? We got a few new, actually. So. Oh, we got Patricia Campana from Sacramento. No, from San Diego. She joined me. So thank you, Patricia. And so I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow. Would you use orzo? You can also use orzo. Why not? But then you're gonna get, of course, Amy is watching. You're not gonna get the pasta. You're gonna get orzo, but it goes well with anything that has this, you know, like pasta, rice. You can use all kind of things. What is people asking? The more the better. Yes, that's true. That was referring the more the better of people on the circle of love. So this is the delicious pasta. The recipe, you can see the ingredients: summertime pasta with tomatoes and feta. And you need short pasta, you need cherry tomatoes, a cup. This is a recipe for two, by the way. Feta, you need black olives, a clove of garlic, olive oil, salt in moderation, and optional Parmesan cheese. So this is the pasta that I am gonna be serving in a second. Before stop, let me do it other way so JJ can start eating while you guys be enjoying with me the birthday and event. So here we go. I'm pouring this one on JJ's plate so you guys can see it. It smells delicious. As I said, it looks like it's very creamy, but it doesn't have much calorie because the feta is low in calorie. And here we go. So this is JJ thing. Guys, can you see it? JJ, this is you, to you. Buon appetito. You finish already your aperitivo, your spritz? Perfect. I'm gonna make a little portion for myself and have a bite so I can tell you if I did a good job or not. And of course, there is a little bit left over. As I said, this one I can put it in the fridge for 2-3 days and I can have it cold. Guys, I wish you were here with me. So I take a bite with some olives and tomatoes. Really, you guys have to make it. And as I said, Karen, try to make it, Karen. Even if you don't like feta cheese, I think you're gonna love this one. It's like when I make the recipe, do you remember that many of you didn't like anchovies? I do not love anchovies, and I made it, and it's delicious because you don't fill the anchovies with the broccoli pasta. Do you remember? So this one is gonna be my lunch in a second, but before we do that, and I'm gonna have a little bit of my aperitivo. We are gonna have the birthday and the event. I already told you that the other Giada is having her birthday today. Before I forget also, you know, we have another friend that I think is today with us. Is Ronnie Manicotti over there? Ronnie Manicotti always sends me present. He lives not in Cincinnati, outside Cincinnati, in Miamisburg, and he sent me this week my favorite coffee that is already in my jar in the refrigerator. Thank you, Ronnie. He sent me a lot of that coffee from this little, and he also sent me 3 jars of this. I never had it before, mint jelly. It smells fantastic, and I have to read what I can do with it. I don't know. I think I can put it on my tea. So thank you, Ronnie, for sending me this stuff that is all made in. It's all made in Miamisburg, right? In a place where he is from. So thank you so much for sending me all these presents. And by the way, I'm wearing also a present. This one I got from Genesessa. Do you remember? My little black watch, black apron. Here we go. So without further ado, because my pasta is getting cold, which is not a problem today, I wanna be reading for you all the birthday and events of today, August the 22nd of August, guys. 1 weekend is gonna be September. So today, in the 565th Sense Columba, report seeing a monster in the Loch Ness. Well, can you believe it? The Loch Ness Monster. 1500 years ago today, somebody reported that they saw the monster. Nobody saw him after that. Doug and Susie went even there to check for us, and still nobody have seen it, but they reported to have seen that kind of animal in the lake that day, 1500 years ago. Today, maybe it will reappear today. And in 1812, Swiss traveler Johann Ludwig Burckhardt is the first European to rediscover the lost city of Petra in modern Jordan. Can you imagine? I can even not imagine Doug is saying stumbling in something so incredibly beautiful. By the way, now is a UNESCO site, beautiful to see. I want to see it. And in 1849, today, Doug is saying Venice is known for many first things in everything. He's impressed about my Venice. And he said, but can you believe it was also the victim of the first air raid in history as Austria launched unmanned balloons, so balloons with no people on board, over the city that carried bombs? I didn't even know. That happened today in 1849. That must have been kind of scary. And also today, this is nice, in 1901, the Cadillac Motor Company is founded today. There in that pictures is actually a 1902 Cadillac, and is the oldest surviving one known to exist. Doug said he always loved Cadillac, but he doesn't care when they were big like boats, and he doesn't care very much about the new one. I'm with you, Doug. I mean, but Cadillac is still okay. That car for sure is something I would love to have. And in 1906 today, the Victor Victrola is manufactured. Of course, Doug is saying many people today, they don't know what it is. Me, one of them. But when I saw the picture, I was just like the lady. What is that? That was actually a record. What was it? A record recording, JJ? A record player. It was a record player. And Doug is making fun. He said, "What do you think those 2 ladies were saying?" Hey, Patty, what is that? I think we can talk to it. Hello. That's what I would have done if I found it on the beach, Doug. And in 1944 today, we normally don't mention things that has to do with war, but this is a good news, good things that happened during the war. Adolf Hitler, the one that we don't like, ordered that Paris had to be destroyed, but the German general Scholtitz is mostly remembered for his role as the last commander of Nazi-occupied Paris. He disobeyed Hitler, thank God he did, and he saved Paris. Is actually remembered as the savior of Paris, of course, disobeying the order of Hitler. Thank God he did, and then that's why we have the Tour Eiffel and all the beauties in Paris. Happening also today. And today, in 1954, at the 15th Venice Film Festival, we will go back to my own city, Romeo and Juliet, directed by Renato Castellani, Romeo e Giulietta in Italiano, won the Golden Lion, and what a fitted award, Doug is saying, due to the nearness to Verona, where the movie was indeed filmed and is inspired. Beautiful place to visit. We've been to Verona together, guys, right? Happening today also in 1956, Elvis Presley begins filming Love Me Tender, Love Me Do. And it's a beautiful song that Doug is saying also Giada sings. Maybe it's a song that we can do tomorrow on the Giada Love Songs, since we are remembering that the film came out today. And birthday of today, here we go. August 22nd. Remember, 1862, Claude Debussy, the French composer, is born in Saint-Germain-en-Laye. and Doug is saying he's one of my favorite classical composer, and his Clair de Lune, Chiaro di Luna, is just so beautiful. It's one of the only few things that I still remember how to play on piano, Doug. I'm glad you love it. And he was a genius who was admitted at the age of 10 to France's leading music college of the Conservatoire de Paris. Nice, he was born today. One of my favorite composer too. And in 1893, Dorothy Parker, American short story writer, is born in Long Branch, New Jersey. She wrote many famous pieces, but of course we all love her for writing A Star is Born. We love that film. And in 1920, Ray Bradbury, the American science fiction author, mostly prominently known for Fahrenheit 451, was born in Waukenagan, Illinois. Some funny name of city today. Of course, his work in science fiction helped to define a genre which will result in Star Trek and Star Wars. And in 1925, Honor Blackman, I love her name, Honor Blackman, English actress, is born in Plaistow, London. She was known for a role as the Bond girl in Goldfinger, we love her, as well for roles in The Avengers, Jason, and Argonauts. She passed away last April at the age of 94, unfortunately. And in 1939, coming more close to us, Valerie Harper is born in Surfer, New York. Surfer, New York. Hello, Marcello, if you're watching, talking about... I have many friends in Surfer, New York, sang there, actually, at Lafayette Theater many times. Is a favorite for the Mary Tyler Moore, Doug is saying, and she got her own spin-off. And, of course, she was suffering of cancer, brain cancer. Nevertheless, she was dancing and showing everybody how strong you can be, even struggling against cancer on Dancing with the Star. Remember that episode? Beautiful. So happy birthday to her. And today, 1947, Cindy Williams was born in Van Nuys, California, and turns today 73 years young. You can see me also on the pictures. I know, Doug, you said that you always wanted to meet her when you saw an American Graffiti when you were a teenager. I was lucky enough to meet Cindy here in Las Vegas last year. That's a picture I took with her at the radio here in Las Vegas. She's an amazing lady. Maybe she could be a good guest for the Giada Life. And do you know, guys, that she's half Italian? Actually, she's half Sicilian. Her mother was Francesca Bonetti, and the grandparents came all the way, on the maternal side, came from Sicily. That's what Cindy told me. She's an amazing lady. Maybe a good guest for Giada. I will see and contact her. And in 1967, Ty Burrell is born in Grand Pass, Oregon, and turns 53 years old today. He's a wonderful comedian actor, and probably best known for the TV series Modern Family. I like the series and I love him, so happy birthday to him. And today, in 1970, the other Giada, the famous chef, Giada De Laurentiis, she was born today in Rome, Italy, and turns today 50 years old. Look at that pictures. Journalists sometimes they mistake me for her, so we don't look alike at all, but sometimes they post my pictures and an article about her, or the other way around, so it's funny enough, probably. And now, because I cook here and there, I get the journalists even more confused. Sorry, but happy birthday, Giada, tanti auguri a te. And in 1973, Kristen Wiig is born in, this is a funny name, Canandaigua in New York. I don't even know where the place is. Guys, do you know what that place is? And she turns today 47 years old. Of course, she's an actress, a voice-over, and an amazing comedian. And she also was nominated for Best Original Screenplay. She's also a screenplay writer for Bridesmaids in 2011. Bridesmaids is very funny if you haven't seen it. And last birthday of today, August 22, it's 1978, happening today. James Corden, British actor and comedian and television host of The Late Late Show with James Corden, is born in Hillingdon, London, and turns 42 years old today. How amazing was that? How many people are born every day? Do you guys know how many people are born every day in the world? I don't know. But apparently a lot, because this is just a small selections of all the famous, only the famous people that were born on August 22. I'm going to have another bite of my pasta that I made today. I hope you guys are going to make this recipe. Believe me, you're going to love it. It's low in calorie. It's very tasteful. It's good for vegetarian too. And it can be eaten also cold. So you can put the leftover in your refrigerator and you can have it by tomorrow. And still it's going to be delicious. You don't need it to warm it up. You can have it cold. You can put it, if you're going for a picnic, that's what we do in Italy a lot. We make this pasta or the summer rice that I made a couple of weeks ago, we made in little container that can be closed, and then we go picnicking somewhere when we could picnic before COVID-19, and we are gonna have this pasta cold wherever we are in a beautiful place. I see Patricia Campana is there. I use the Cecco. What is the other one? Also the Prosecco brand. So here we go. So the Cecco is one, of course, one of my favorite together with Batilla. This is the one that I buy all the time. It's a artisan pasta that I buy at Trader Joe. Trader Joe has a good collection of artisan pasta. They're homemade in Italy. I like because they are a little bit more rough in their pasta. So, and as you can see, because it's artisan pasta, the shape is never perfect. It's a little bit imperfect, which I think is nice. It's like us, perfectly imperfect. And I like the bite of the pasta. So this is a Trader Joe pasta. And what else? The Prosecco is Bosco del Merlo. You have missed some of the episode. You can catch it up on Giada Live, Patricia. And Bosco del Merlo is a producer of wine exactly where I was born and raised. So in the northern part of Italy. I like it because it's, I mean, they're friends of mine. They send me a lot of this wine. So every time I do my cocktails and my chin with Bosco del Merlo, and they're working very hard on having it for sale everywhere in the United States. But if you Google Bosco del Merlo USA, I'm sure you'll find a link, Patricia, when you can buy the Prosecco. For the rest, I am going to be enjoying my cocktails that you see here. Today was the pink lemonade Italian spritz cocktail. You guys chose this one. It prepared in 5 minutes. You saw even less than that. Total time 5 minutes was less than that. Serving one cocktail, of course. It's true. I made 2 today, but I doubled the things, and it's delicious. It's nice and cool. And by the way, at the end you can eat the fruit. Can I do it right now? Let me see. It's gonna have a bite of the alcohol. So let me tell you. This was a lemonade drink made with sparkling wine. So JJ is saying also today we also made, here with the card, the summertime pasta with tomatoes and feta, pasta estiva con pomodori and feta. I took you last Thursday to the Mediterranean Sea. We did the seas of Italy, and I thought this was an appropriate recipe that goes very well in the summer, and it's very Mediterranean. If you go to Greece, probably you can order in some restaurant this pasta, and you can order this pasta in all kind of regions of Italy that face the Mediterranean Sea. So without further ado, I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow on my patreon.com /Giada Valenti for the Giada Valenti Love Song special episode tomorrow, all about love songs. We're going to be celebrating also a 43 years wedding anniversary of Doug and Susie with a special song. Of course, I'm going to be celebrating each and every one of you with songs. We had some issues last week that some people could not enter into the chat of Patreon. So try to log in maybe a few minutes earlier. I know, Salma, I think that you were the one who had troubles last week. They could not chat with us. This is a thing that you guys can do if you have trouble, because last time I dedicated a song to all of you and some of you I couldn't see. So if you're friends with somebody of the circle of love and you see that I don't see you on the chat, just try to get in contact with them through Facebook, send them a message. Guys, keep an eye on Facebook and say, hey, tell Giada I'm here, so I make sure that I sing a song also for you. Guys, it was also you guys on Instagram, or you guys on Facebook, on Twitch, on Periscope. We have a big community of this amazing circle of love. I want to thank you for being with me today. I want to thank Diane Fiorentino. Thank you, Diane, for all this sign language that you told me. Remember, today we made some pasta with tomatoes, with feta cheese, delicious. We made a cocktail, and Diane teach me all these things. One of these days I'm going to have all these signs, and I'm going to be able to talk with my hands even more. Thank you, Diane and Sal. I want to thank everybody who has been liking my Facebook page. 13,000 people. Let's see how long it's going to take to reach 14,000. All the people that have been subscribing to my YouTube channel, please continue to do so and share all the things with your friends. Thank also to Italian Living that are partnering with me every Thursday and help me to bring the excellence of Italy all over to all of you, actually. So thank you, Richard Micheli, and all the friends watching through the Friends of Italian Living. What can I say? I'm going to see you on Tuesday with my guest. Here's the card. We're going to have Tuesday an episode with Darlene Love, amazing singer, amazing actress, amazing human being. But first, I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow. I leave you with a chin chin and my pasta. I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow for Love Song Sunday on my Patreon page. You still can subscribe today. You can start doing that from $1 up to you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. I'm gonna enjoy my aperitivo and my pasta most of all. I love you guys, and I'm gonna be seeing you tomorrow on Patreon. Ciao, buon appetito.
Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again. And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place, and I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, 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 dear old Auf Wiedersehen. See you tomorrow. A domani.